What's going on? Kind of want to stress this concept of job security. It's kind of a trick terminology. It means kind of performing your function in such a way is that you're gonna be utilized more, because you got to kind of pimp the system to make the system, or if you don't pimp the system's pimping you. It's kind of like, I heard this guy, he freaking explained this thing about Carpet Fresh, and it's the DuPonts, freaking basically it's one big mob in industry that what is it called, man? It's designed with the idea to increase consumerism by making things either obsolete or they work just long enough that you're not going to find out. It's kind of like with cars, man. You got a fucking car, you lease it, you don't see what happens to it after you, but it's just going to be a fucking nightmare of fix or repair daily for the rest of that person's unfortunate circumstance. But once again, that's job security. That's job security for mechanics. So freaking in that industry, they make pacts with another industry in a way to sabotage. Like, look, they don't fix the problems. They just fix problems. They don't solve problems. They want a problem that has to be fixed over and over and over and over again because it's just more profitable. That person has more power now. They're depended on more so. And this is kind of make us dependent on them to do all the planning, thinking for us. You know what I'm saying? So they can do this. They can make Carpet Fresh that, even though it's a product that's supposed to make your carpet smell better, but in all actuality, it's actually destroying your carpet because every granule of sand has 17 cutting edges on it. I mean, and look, they be slipping shit in on us like this in everything. Through the FDA, it's in the foods. They got backdoor download deals with pharmaceutical industries where they're slipping industrial waste and byproducts off in other products because a council of men voted and said, oh, it's safe now. Oh, it's safe if we keep it under 10 billion particles. Like, look, these are the cold, calculative, Machiavellian processes that are going on in our world all around us. So it's like price gouging with gasoline. Frickin', it's all out of our frickin' control. And we have no idea. Like, they can just fucking change the price. And who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters? So that's really a monopoly. And that's the same thing. They're giving this kind of idea, that you got these options, but behind closed doors, it's a merged corporation, corporate merged entity, enterprise. Anyway, so it's like, it's all connected. And for instance, with fluoride, man, they put fluoride in the water. They say it helps your teeth. Actually weakens your teeth. You have to go to the dentist more. You know how much expensive dental work is? It is fucking astronomically insane. It's like, you could spend more than you would on a freaking finer car, or even a real cheap house. You know what I'm saying? For instance. So it's the same thing in these products that that's the so-called medicines. And the so-called sciences, man, are biased. You know what I'm saying? Freaking that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that it's freaking the best product for you. It's the best profitability margin and also control, domination. It's like everything. The guy who, like the doctor, this dude is experimenting. He's under contract with fucking pharmaceutical industries to sway him to prescribe very expensive treatments, freaking that don't necessarily they're not always safe. I mean, even on pharmaceutical commercials, it tells you many liver failure and freaking increased odds of suicide. Freaking like, look, it's that Hippocratic oath. I mean, how ironic is that? That's what a hypocrite is a fucking actor who's pretending that he fucking knows what he's doing, and it's a big magic freaking show. I mean, it's like the police, they're not really there to protect you. They're here to protect the infrastructure and these corporations, because look, that's who's funding them. They're loyal to whoever funds them. It should be like, hey, you're stealing all of our money for tickets, man. So look, we fund you too, motherfucker. So you need to, look, my opinion matters, buddy. Frickin' my vote should count, right? Right? You know, that's just more job security, dude. Frickin' the government isn't here to bring peace and civility and order. It's here for order out of chaos. You know what I'm saying? In other words, it's like, look, it's job security. If, like, for instance, you know, if the police just backed off for a few months, let the crime rates get up again, let everybody think that, oh man, we got a green light, man, on anything. Then all of a sudden, wham, come in. Make the public demand an outcry for, please, we need more fucking this and that, crime rates. Look, and then, now you guys are the respected hero, fucking knights in white shining armor again. And, you know, you just start the whole cycle again, just like they do with sheep, where you let their hair grow and then you freaking come cut it and take it for your own personal gain. Or usage, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't always have to be negative, everything, I mean, you know. So I'm trying to keep an open mind, not be overly critical. But, you know, it's the same thing like with the courts. Look, the courts are not just. They're just about getting paid. That's it. They're just about job security. They're not your friends. They're not out here doing a public service for you, Mr. Good, tax-paying, honest citizen. No, you come through your doors. They don't discriminate to discriminate whenever it's convenient. And and look, and that's not justice, just punishing people unwarrantedly, while the warranted people that should be getting punished are not even acknowledged. I mean, it's totally fucking it's totally bananas. Like when you really, you know, it's like, oh, you paying the taxes, man, to fix the roads. These roads that you just fix forever. Job security, man, for a bunch of people. Bunch of city planners and organizers and fucking high uppity mucky mucks are embezzling money from the government grants out of so-called taxes and frickin' police fucking issuing tickets. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of fucking crap. But it's job security. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I love this. No. Job security for me, at least it's honest. You know what I'm saying? Freaking so you know, there's ways like job security can be good, but it just has a tendency that once you know, more that you press it, that it's rife to be, it's corrupting to where you might actually, you know, just start going savage and murking like crazy, like everywhere and anybody. So that's how it started. It didn't start off this bad, but over time, incrementally, slowly, it was constructed and redistributed and repurposed for new functionality or parallel functionalities to keep these people, to keep some people in total in higher micromanaging positions of control and profitability, but yet they still have to keep the facade going to keep us, pacified. That's just like mainstream church. That ain't meant to see you through to salvation. That's meant to keep you pacified from ever finding salvation. Keep you dependent, like infantile, arrested development. It's just like, the fucking news isn't here to keep you informed. It's here to frickin' keep you entertained and keep you misinformed and disinformed, so that the people up top always have an extreme advantage over somebody who's willingly under that much deception. You can basically have your way with them in so many different ways, and it's such a wet dream for these control freak, scientific experimenting, duping, non-witting experimentees, never giving us full disclosure, informed consent. It's weird. It's hard to freaking explain, but how deep the rabbit hole really goes when we're not in Kansas anymore, and I'm a stranger in a freaking strange land. But yeah, man, freaking same thing. Schools, colleges. I was just watching somebody saying how the fraternity is basically, it's Satanism, soft Satanism. Freaking, but schools aren't there to educate you. Schools are there to indoctrinate you, which means to mold your ways of thinking and beliefs in such a tailored way it's beneficial to the control structure. And it's kind of like the CIA said it: when everything the American public believes is a lie, then we know we've done our job. So I mean, dude, all war is based on deception, man. It's a war for your mind, a war for your freaking soul out here, dude. And it's job security. The people that are supposed to, that might be the ones that you're going to do to help you, might actually just be the ones doing you in the first place, and you just didn't know it. You know what I mean? Freaking, so you got to be really fucking careful. And the way you move, the way you operate, who you let rent space in your head, which beliefs that you freaking uphold, that it's like you didn't even come up with that, man. Somebody taught you that. How do you know if it's true or not if you ain't never went? Look, it's just like prisons. It's not there to keep bad people locked up. It's there to make people money for locking people up. Just like war, man. War boosts the freaking economy. So look, who cares if they just sacrifice a bunch of young guys? And the doctors will be eating that up, man, making money too. The medical industry, patching people up, dude. Sometimes they let people get hurt so they could come in and fix it and fucking pretend to be some kind of savior, or to use it to hold over your head for some kind of freaking emotional blackmail. You know what I'm saying? And society truly is a narcissist, because a society, in a way, is like a corporation. It's a fictional entity that doesn't even exist. It's like the boogeyman. We're the boogeyman. We keep talking about the boogeyman, and so somehow by us believing in it enough, it actually manifests in a ethereal kind of abstract freaking way, where it's kind of like a form of Tulpa magic, where you actually did create a freaking real thing out there, just like attributing the malfunctions to gremlins. You know what I mean? I can see how that works. So that's the ways that they freaking control us, by casting shadows on the wall and planting boogeymans in the public's consciousness.